but I'd like further Brother Wallace and Noble-Ameer to be brought up to speed on Vanguard.
Sure. Okay. So Vanguard CDC was founded in 1994, and our founder is actually Bishop Edgar Mann. And so their church, original church, used to be right across the street, and so he founded the CDC really to help kind of facilitate the revitalization of the North End. The North End is a historic neighborhood here in Detroit. The original portion of the neighborhood was actually platted in 1892. But of course, like most kind of urban neighborhoods, it suffered a lot of disinvestment. And so he founded the organization really, and one of our first programs is really after school program. And that's really how we got our start. It was youth development. There was a lot of kind of back to work legislation that was really affecting a lot of the mothers in the neighborhood. So they had job training programs. They couldn't get back in time to pick their kids up from school. So the church started offering meals and after-school programming in that location. And so then founded the organization. And so we really kind of became well known for youth development. The actual spot is an area in the back, which was a teen drop-in center. And so we did everything from kind of creative writing to karate to entrepreneurship programs for children and their families. Then we got a little bit into real estate development, and we've actually developed 236 units of affordable housing. So that includes kind of scattered sites, so kind of single-family homes. We've also got some townhomes and apartments, but then also a senior housing development called Cameron Court, which right now is 100% occupied. So that's really kind of the trajectory of the organization. And then most recently, we are approaching our 20th year, so we've done a lot of work really reframing what the organization is going to be about moving forward. We really got involved in some returning citizen work, and right now we offer an AmeriCorps program. So it's affiliated with the National AmeriCorps program, and so we actually have one of only 2 AmeriCorps programs that we're aware of for returning citizens. And so they have a community service position here. They do everything from community outreach to assist with the after-school program, and we provide kind of job training, more soft skills, so resume prep, how to interview, really how to transition, back home, and also a lot of blight elimination. So, within Detroit, you'll see a lot of vacant property, a lot of vacant homes, and so we've actually cleaned up about 5 tons of illegal dumping in our neighborhood. So the goal now is to really position the neighborhood, but also the organization to take advantage of a lot of new opportunities. So I'm sure if you guys kind of came from downtown, it's kind of downtown and midtown, so we're right adjacent to those 2 areas. There's a lot of investment kind of flowing into downtown and midtown. So the goal now is really how to position the neighborhood and residents and organizations to really link up to those new opportunities.
Question. Sure. Do you interface at all Vanguard with the local or either the national EPA, and does the EPA give you all the incentive for it? They engage you for your neighborhood cleanup? If you got illegal dumping, are there some strategic initiatives, strategic partnerships at the federal level where they're funneling that money back to create job incentives and engage in the EPA?
So far, no. We did just receive a technical assistance opportunity from the EPA looking kind of at M1 and so how to connect M1 with transit-oriented development to the neighborhood. And we haven't really, the illegal dumping wasn't done really from the environmental angle. The organization was thinking more so like how do we make the neighborhood look better? How do we put people to work or provide, an opportunity in the program, and so that's something more so that we want to pursue from the environmental standpoint, because that's not my area of expertise, but there's a lot of opportunities out there to really kind of intertwine that work.
There's a lot of green initiatives in terms of money being made readily available and reusable technology, reusable fuel. But when it comes specifically to illegal dumping, the EPA, in our opinion, should be front line hand in hand with Vanguard to provide the necessary training for containment and then dispersal of, because it's a direct health impact.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you have metrics to show how illegal dumping has impacted the health among several other environmental hazards in the African American or in the economically depressed urban, inner city urban areas.
Yeah, we did a little bit of research last year, especially on the issue of tires, because we had another used car lot that actually was looking to move into the neighborhood. And so we actually advocated against them moving into the neighborhood because of the environmental issues regarding the tires. And so I think, you know, it's an area where we as an organization haven't really looked at kind of environmental, you know, opportunities. We have a new staff person here, and she said, you know, we should really just, our work now is centered really on 3 things.
Yes, ma'am.
And so the first one is really education with the priority of getting to early childhood education. The second one is entrepreneurship, and so we have some micro enterprise programs and partnerships. And then the third is really employment, and so shifting the work that we used to do with like kids as far as enrichment activities to really making sure that they're employable. So in the past, our programs would be focused on, you know, making sure kids had a safe spot, you know, to come. And what we found is that some kids, especially young men who've gone through our program, still don't have the basic understanding of what it takes to get a job and keep a job. You know, don't really understand the importance of being punctual, of showing up. And so as a CDC, I don't really feel like we've done our duty. It's really, you know, taught them like, you know, how to write some poetry or, you know, something like that, but really not how to get a job and keep a job. And so that's transitioning our work with youth around employability. So really 3 E's. So the focus is an economically viable neighborhood. And so our new staff person said we should include the environment. So this was just last week. She was like, you know, the environment is really important because you know, the houses, rehabbing the houses, kind of green infrastructure, but then also making sure that we, you know, combine those workforce development opportunities. So now it's something that we're looking at more closely.
You know, with Michigan being known as a penal state, one of the things that we're finding out, that's why we just mentioned about the CDC, and we were sharing a conversation with Sister Christina. If there's someone that has business where they can bring jobs, would they be able to partner with you? Mainly because with the new, what you call the new school that they sent from downstate to come and take over your city. Yeah. You know, I know he wants to do well. I know he knows that he can do just so much because he's an employee of the ones who really go on and break and hide their hands, like a better phrase. But have you talked with him? Have he reached out to you?
Actually, no. So our board chair, actually, Bishop Edgar Mann, he has a close relationship with Dan Gilbert. And I think the goal really is how to make sure that, and this is hard, right? Because downtown and midtown are really bustling and people are investing. And so for some, they think you can just take kind of whatever they're doing and just plop it into your neighborhood, and that is just going to be a perfect match. Right, and so for us, it's yes, we want to partner with people, but there has to be some flexibility there. There has to be an understanding of the demographics of the neighborhood, and more importantly, it has to be an understanding of what is like a community-based professional, right? So my background is actually kind of, you know, government and private sector, and I never thought I would work at a CDC. And so what I find is that people don't necessarily value, right, the contributions of a CDC or of a community-based professional. So someone may come into your neighborhood or to your area and feel like they know a little bit better like what your neighborhood needs or know how to really plug into it. So we're learning that process now. I think we're learning better how to really plug in, how to advocate for residents of the neighborhood in a different way, and that may look differently than how we've done the work in the past. And I think people are also learning that you have to really value diversity, right?
That's right.
And you have to bring people to the table and really be prepared to listen to what they have to say, even if it doesn't fit exactly into what you thought you were doing.
What if we told you that we have the different types of initiatives where we come to organizations such as yours and we custom fit programming that custom fits your community, and that we can help you do growth and development within your community and be effective. Also teach the other organizations how to work with you versus against you. We are going after the same funding. It poses a threat from one organization working to another because you may be seeking the same grants. We have similar initiatives, but you know, instead of seeing, well, this is someone that I can come together and we partner and we join this crusade together, I look at this person, this organization as you're opposing, you were going after my grant, so I can't work with you.
Right.
Or I don't want to work with you, even though I agree with you, I don't want to work with you. What we offer is a custom fit program for every community nationally. We don't come in asking you, can we take, we don't want to take anything from you, we want to enhance you to make you better. Offer programs and initiatives that will fit your community, housing, land, go green. We have a full-scale programs from fisheries. We're already doing the urban gardens, make them larger, help those fisheries turn into fueling grocery stores where it pays for itself. Once you get those initial grants, you break free. We teach you how to be a self-maintained engine so that you can operate without all of the restrictions, you know, that sometimes come with these grants. Your heart may want and your desire and the need may be in another direction, but the due diligence of those grants limit you because you have to, you're obligated, you know, to abide by those due diligence, you know. So we have jobs, we have actually companies that we would like to offer in partnership with Vanguard. Housing initiative, we can teach you how to, and teach the community how to have program housings of their own, and to take these abandoned homes and to rehab them. We can walk down these city blocks, block by block, employing and uplifting the community by giving them hope, and they're being a part of what's going on. And this is what we represent, coming to cities like my hometown, Detroit. You know, I was here seeing Coleman Young. He kissed me as a little girl, you know, at the community center down the block from me. You know, the groundbreaking ceremony building the new, you know, community center, you know. And with that, I've seen the city die, you know, almost to where now our city is coming back alive, and we're not a part of that. We're being pushed out of our city. We're being driven away, you know, from our city. And the illegal dumping that you spoke of, most of that didn't come from our city. Those were other cities dumping in our city, taking advantage of our neighborhoods and our poverty, you know, areas where we've been blacked out with city lights. So it's an easy dumping ground. It's convenient. So they keep their cities clean and litter our cities. And we're left with the debris and, you know, the depression of their garbage and their waste. So what we would like to offer you is an opportunity to see where we can come in and help you, you know, help you with your existing